Get 5 coffins ready.
What do I want to see? I know roll queue's coming, right? It's probably going to be here this patch, so we kind of already know it's going to be here. It's not really like a prediction or a desire. It's like it's going to be in here. Balance-wise, no more slow immunities. Breaking out of Hades' ultimate. That's so unfair, and it's such an easy way to buff him. And then nerf chalk damage a little bit. Let's see. Bellona definitely needs buffs, but she needs items more than she needs buffs, really. But I would say just like boosting the base damage on her 3 is a good place to start. It's really weird how they nerfed that. It was kind of the only way she could like poke people. I want to see, likely I would like to see assassin item nerfs mostly. Like you pop Tekko on Susanoo, Loki, Thanatos, even Fenrir. You literally you can't be caught, especially if you have Pathfinder buff. Like you can't be caught and you can't be gotten away from. It feels really lame. So probably Tekko can get nerfed. Some of the strength, like the literal strength numbers, can probably be detuned a little bit. And then I want the crit build gone, completely and utterly gone. I don't want crit to never be viable ever again, but this has been such a horrible start to Smite 2, just being completely ran by these hunters, who you literally can't get away from. You can't land your CC on them because they kite you with hasten into Musashi's. Really unfair. I really hope they got the crit build. How would I nerf Soul? I don't know. I think if the crit build, like if the hasten and the crit, the hasten and Musashi's combo goes away, I don't think Soul is nearly as big of an issue. Because you can't build crit on her without her ability sucking. So there is a give and take there, even though she's ridiculous liking. But she's only ridiculous liking because of the hastened and Musashi combo. I think there's very clear things they should be touching here. So let's see. I'm gonna try and I'm not gonna verbalize these. I'm just gonna go through as fast as I can. Oh yeah, and I want them to fix a lot of the Mordred bugs, especially around his ultimate, for sure. Oh yeah, there is a HUD editor. Sorry, I can never say editor. Nice. Okay, so it seems like they're adding the full role preference system that they talked about earlier. Okay, ranked. Here we go. So they got to address like the duo queues, right? They have to. Solo and duos will be placed in the same matchmaking pool. Boo! But I get it. It's just not really enough players, so depressing. But oh, interesting. Yeah, 32. I'm actually not that far off. Cool. I'm down for that. I'll grind for this all day. Yeah, no duo queues, please. Solo queues only, dude. Okay, so there's a skill. Okay, so you don't get as much if you duo queue. Okay, I like that. Okay. New camp. Yeah, they brought the Pyromancer back. I don't know about this. This is weird. Because we already had the Naga, right? But I guess, like, if this comes up... Yeah, but it's 10 minutes into the match, right? I guess my issues are more... Well, there's a lot of stuff to do, because there's a chest camp to contest, there's Warhorn, and I mean, you could play that game all day, right? And there's so much invading going on as well. I feel like there's enough stuff going on in Soul Lane. Even though it is a little monotonous. Let's see. Yeah! Tower buffs. Let's go. Health and power increase. And, oh, the penetration on tier 2. Okay. Nice. And the protection is increased. Wow, great. Alright, I mean, this isn't too much. They don't want over buffing towers can definitely create a lame situation, but they definitely needed to be buffed, so I like this. Reduce the bounty. Oh wow, huge bounty reductions. Like the whole bounty system's a little weird too, because you get gold for killing the tower. Anyways, so the bounty has always been a little odd to me, but I guess I mean they're really nerfing it a lot. Fire giant buffs. Yeah, it was too easy to shred, especially. With some of like the double hunters going around. Naga. Okay, they buffed her health. It really depends on your team comp. Sometimes it's a little hard to kill the Naga, actually, depending on what your comp is. But generally speaking, it does die too fast, so that's fine. Wow. Okay, nerfs to both laners and junglers here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Amaterasu has... she's the same character, but she has intelligence scaling. That's what I saw with the flash chests. She seems really cool. She does the Mordred build that I do really well. That's like the Wish Granting Pearl into like Berserkers, Shoguns, and stuff. She feels pretty good with that. Yeah, Nuwa is basically the same character. She has little interactive things which are cool. Like, this one sucks. This one just gives you, if you use your 1, you get move speed. If you use your 2, you get pen. Kind of lame. But your 3 gives you AoE basic attacks after you use it. And your ultimate gives you longer range basic attacks, which is kind of cool. I think it's something, right? Really, Mordred nerf. Okay. Decrease the passive gain. Yeah, the passive gain was a bit fast. But I don't know. Yeah, his passive was crazy. Yeah, I realized if you built the exact right items, you could get like, what was it, 300 intelligence off of just your passive, I think. Oh, but okay. Unchanged. Okay, but they're allowing him to have the same amount. Okay, but it's just like in the AoE around him, it's a bit less. Okay. Jingwei nerf, good. The increase cooldown, pretty necessary, but like you're still almost always gonna have this up when it's time to fight. Like you can double proc it. Like there's kind of no way, right, to get like you won't have it up. So I don't know. But I mean, if they nerf the crit build, this character becomes still very good. She's gonna be noticeably less insane because her mobility would be lessened. If they nerf Musashi's, which I'm hoping, yes. Yeah, this doing double damage now is so weird. They just made it like way better for like no reason. And like I was just playing ROM yesterday, and it's basically because she does like the 2 airstrike things. Like it's basically like a ROM ult. Like it buys you so much time. Frostbite. Oh, on the passive. Okay. Yeah, this is just a pain to deal with. Like, Inamir is getting carried, and he just builds damage. And he just, like, his support's running under your tower, and then he just one-shots you with basic attacks. There's nothing he can do. It does feel bad, and it was a little bit too strong. And it's not really in higher-level games. This isn't Ymir's main benefit when it comes to higher-level play anyways, so. Alright, come on. Oh, come on. Really? I should see 17 million nerfs here for Bacchus. They are touching his damage at least. Just make the blood not do damage, man. Why does it do like 500 damage? It doesn't do 500, but you know what I mean. Like blood has 3 forms of CC, and all he has to do is walk up and basic attack you once for like 300 damage. I hate it. I guess. All right, fine. Oh, for her ultimate. Damage on Titans and Joker Balls. Yeah, so I guess they don't want you just like turning into, because this character's trash. So, but she can turn into very OP characters, which is honestly a huge benefit when the god pool is this small. Because like one of the teams is gonna have some of the strongest characters in the game on them, right? Like it's just how it works. So, like so they don't just want you like turning into Jingwei or Soul or something and then just blowing up a fire giant. I don't know. I feel like that's a strat. I don't know. I think it's fair. Like, it's part of the Morrigan, right? Like, it's the whole idea. And the main reason this is such a problem is because the crit build's so strong. Let's take a look at this Sano nerf. Yeah, nerf the damage was... The damage on his 1 was weird. I don't know why it was so strong. Especially with, like, the basic attacks being even more important than ever to get off. It just made the damage on his 1 really overwhelming. And Wind Siphon, decrease damage scaling. Yeah, I guess they don't want to go overboard. I'm surprised it did gods before items. Hopefully they've nerfed items in this patch. Direct hits now root and cripple. Oh, I thought it already did. Hades buff, okay. Fear always directs target away from Hades. Thank you, God. Why was this bug in Smite 1 for actually like Hades' entire time of being Smite, which was like 10 years or 11 years, right? They never fixed this in Smite 1. Fears are supposed to push you away from the source. It's the insult you. It's the opposite of a taunt, but it always like it has so many weird bugs where it like spin you around. It would sometimes pull you towards Hades for some reason, like it was a taunt. So weird. It's so weird. Soul buff? We'll get there. Bologna buff, good. Increased hammer, basic attack damage. To be equal across all targets. Okay. Yeah, I mean yeah. They tried to preemptively nerf the character by like having the AoE do less damage. That was just weird. That was a weird decision to do that without like seeing how the character would perform first. Added slow. No. Poor Hades. Poor Hades. Why? I mean, does this really need discussion? Why are they even touching this character in a positive way? Zeus buff, lightning storm. Okay, yeah, because he has to use his ult in team fights or else he's nothing. So I think this is fair. Neath buff? Am I in the right, like, what day is it? 9/12/2024. It is the right day. We're playing the same patch, right? Why is Neith getting a buff? I know, strength scaling to the explosion damage. She's mostly focusing on intelligence right now because of the crazy... Well, I mean, she goes Transcendence as well. But you know what I mean. The build is mostly focused on intelligence. Why even buff her, though? I guess it's to, like, buff her ADC potential instead of her mid potential? But why buff character? Okay, Athena... They only buffed her passive? Really? Ah, items. Good, okay. Okay, maybe... Yeah, you see, but, like, the thing is... That's why they do items first, because then it helps explain why they, change gods the way that they do. Yeah, Sunbeam gets reworked. Basically, imagine you can toggle it on and off, and it drains your mana while it's active, but while it's active, it's like a twice... honestly, like, it felt like 3 times as strong as a Golden Blade. Smite 1, if you use that item. And 20 times stronger than Golden Blade in Smite 2. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool idea for an item, but it might only be good in solo, because it really drains your mana so much. I have the Storm. Honestly, I have the Storm is kind of like a boring item, but it was good. So I actually didn't try this in the flash test. Toggle to vortex enemies around you. Well, my boy Hades is just I don't know. This sounds really cheesy, and the stats are not very good. It is relatively, it's not too expensive, but it seems kind of like cheesy. Life Binder. So what is it? It's like Curse Weaver, but your teammates can use it? Yeah. Similar idea to like Curse Weaver-ish. It's only 30 intelligence, so but it's 300 health. So this is like for yeah, like your support or something. Or again, like a tank jungler. Avenging Blade, damaging an enemy god with risk attack while in the jungle, so oh, stacks up to 5 times. Wow. With 50 strength or 2. Whoa. I mean, I know it's conditional because they have to be in the jungle, but that seems awfully strong. With 50 strength, especially for 2300. Could that just replace Spear? Maybe? I'm thinking that can maybe replace Spear. Because how are you supposed to live? Like, imagine Susano jumps on you with this, like while you're trying to do the fire giant. That could maybe not feel very fair. Purification beads. Oh, literally relics. I thought this was the purification item. Decrease cooldown. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, 210 was a little long. Because they did nerf the CC across the board in Smite 2, but it is still a lot of CC in the game, so. Increase the duration of the move speed buff. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, you invest a lot by going Aegis over, like, beads, so. Phantom Shell buff, HP shield. Oh, wow, 20 per level. Yeah, 5 extra per level. That's pretty huge. So yeah, it's a big bonus. Stunning Arc nerf, yes, nice. Still a really low cooldown, but yeah, this is a massive, massive nerf. So I don't think you need to. Supports could definitely still go this, but I don't think solo laners need to go this anymore. I think it's probably not worth it. It does still scale with levels though. But yeah, especially since they just buffed beads as well as shell too. I think luckily Sundering Arc might be on its way out, maybe. It obviously still has huge utility though. Health Chalice buff, cool. Okay, it did feel a little weak. It was a little weird how weak it was. Potions no longer have a cooldown. Okay, potion duration stack up to 3 times just like in Smite 1. Yeah, it was weird how they had a cooldown, right? Wasn't that weird? Why'd they do that? Smite 2 saved. Honestly, I'd be fine with 120 seconds. Okay, literally just nerfing crit. Just straight up. Okay, that's good. Okay, Gauntlet. Oh yeah, they're all gonna get nerfed, right? Well, sorry, I'm trying to see if they're nerfing Thebes or not, because Thebes is just okay. Decreased max stacks and therefore max protections. Oh, well that's kind of like... Yeah, Gauntlet was just kind of okay. I mean, it was being bought a lot because people just aren't sure what to buy, because the support items are by far and away the most complicated to try and like balance and work around. And like try and create a good build out of and get like maximum utility while also being tanky, you know, all that good stuff. So I think that's why most people are just buying Gauntlet. It's just because like, yeah, because supports are actually probably the most difficult to build for, considering like the potential of a lot of the support items in the game. Yeah, huge Book of Thoth nerf. Happy to see that. I'm surprised it didn't increase the price on Thoth. It's very, very cheap. It's still going to be like once both Trans and Thoth are done stacking, they're probably still going to be a pretty good combo. But yeah, I think it got hurt a lot. The problem with Devos, nerfing Devos though, is just because the other lifesteal items are just bad. Most of them are pretty bad. Like Bloodbound gives you 1 intelligence. Reaper, like you need to already be fed so you don't destroy your power spike because it only has 25 power when you first start. Yeah, Bloodforged Blade. Again, it's okay, but like the shield just doesn't really do anything for you. So I'm not totally on board with nerfing Devos, even though it is built like every game. If they're not introducing another lifesteal item, then I don't know. I wouldn't have nerfed it, even though it is super strong. Oh, DPS and pen burst item nerfs. Okay. Oh no, they decreased the penetration. Sorry. Yeah, I saw they decreased the cost, but I thought yeah. I mean, it's just okay, but you need to be against triple tank, which isn't really a thing right now. I mean, it could be. You never know. Like the meta could shift to where like, it's tank junglers, tank solo, tank support, and then like Titan's Bane would be worth it. But like, the spear item, Oathsworn Spear, is so much more worth it, and you don't even really need a big pen item on mages either. These costs, I like the decreasing costs though, they were too expensive. Interesting that they're even touching Serrated Edge. I felt like that item was so bad. Like there was literally no reason to build that one. Whoa, Deso's gonna be meta, 125%. Wow. 2450? Oh my god. I mean 5%, who cares? The passive's insane. It still gives you cooldown rate as well. A decent amount of intelligence. I think it's like 80 for 2450. That's kind of insane. Crusher, you need to build around the Crusher. I don't know if it was worth nerfing. Heartseeker, wow, I saw nobody build. I liked Heartseeker actually in like my testing, but I never built it because it was kind of hard to get to. But yeah, again, another one you kind of need to build around. So I don't know if I like that too much. And plus, we need stuff that keeps tanks in check too, though. You know, like just blanket nerfing this, because I didn't see these items every game. I really didn't. Pretty rarely, actually. Like Heartseeker, Obsidian, Titan's Bane. So it's a little weird that they're already nerfing them. When tanks are, like the only reason tanks kind of struggle sometimes is because again, hunters. Yeah, the crit build, just running around murdering everybody. You can't catch them either. Okay, Demon Blade. Yeah, the 20% was kind of crazy, but the thing is though, individually. You could say, yeah, 20% is way too much, but there's not a lot of attack speed in the game, or at least not a lot of good attack speed for hunters to get. So, I don't know. It felt like a necessary evil having it be that high. Decrease in movement speed. Oh, they didn't just remove it? Well, that's annoying. I don't know. I want them just to remove Fatalis. It seems like Crit will definitely still be the best build. They're just nerfing it. It's still super weird that they nerfed Neith's, magical build right now of Transcendent Book, but I don't think that's enough, especially not to warrant a buff on her. I think she's still going to be extremely strong, just like fundamentally, because she's pretty much the safest mid laner with decent range, and of course her ultimate's the longest range in the game. So yeah, it's kind of weird. This item is a pain to play around, but it is kind of fun though. Oh wow, yeah, Bluestone nerf. Okay. I would have just buffed Warrior's Axe instead, really. Like I don't think Bluestone was broken. It was strong. I would just rather buff Warrior's Axe. Bloodbound Book Shift. Hey, I was just talking about this. Whoa, 2800. Well, this item's dead. Yeah, this doesn't really address a lot of what I view as the problem items for assassins, especially, because the main issues are early damage, really. And they just, like, they get Tekokagi and then just run the game. It's like they get a kill for free early, get Teko, and then they just run it. I think that's the main issue. Yeah, not like Heartseeker and Crusher scaling, in my opinion. Anyways, yeah, Pharaoh's Curse. Oh, nice. So you can maybe go like Berserker's Pharaoh's Curse on Amaterasu. That's what I'm going to do. That's pretty good. Spectral, huge buff to Spectral. Oh my god. Alright. So that's going to be a good boost for my Hades build, right, guys? Leviathan's Hide. Strength debuff in the passive. I feel like this item is kind of pointless now that we have Spectral being so beefy, and has cooldown rate too. So, and of course, this against a weaker version of Crit is going to be mad. Wow, yeah, they're buffing protections big time. While nerfing Obsidian Shard and Titan's Bane. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Talisman of Purification. Nice. Okay. Oni Hunters. Whoa, Oni Hunters buff. Nice. I love this item. Scepter. Whoa. Okay, okay. They want the stasis fields, bro. They want the stasis field. Yeah, only 2 minutes. That's a lot more worth it. It's a very, like, we need the entire Smite 2 community needs a lot of practice with how to work the stasis field. But honestly, having a lower cooldown actually does help with that because you guys use it more often. Witch granting, yeah. I still love this item. Witch granting. It's probably my favorite Smite 2 item thus far, other than Shield of the Phoenix. Yeah, Golden Blade just sucks. Sunbeam Bow will completely replace it, I think, in the soul lane at least. So I think a lot of these items did need buffs. I think a lot of this is fair, definitely fair. I think this is fine. I'm just really worried about the combo of buffing all these protection items. These good protection items, a lot of them are already decent, and nerfing. I think I went too high, didn't I? Yeah, and nerfing like the main way that you get through tanks as a non-ADC. Because ADCs could actually get away with not using XE before, but now they're gonna have to, 100%. Oh, so okay. Well, this actually might hurt a few characters. I would assume they're gonna fix this with no, not Odin. But yeah, I thought it was intentional being able to hit people while they were leaping in Smite 2, but I guess that's not their intention. Because they kind of let that sit for a while. Mordred. That's not really the important ones. I'm talking about like where's the bug fixes on his passive? I'm sure they're working on it. But yeah, the bug fixes on his passive, not being able to ult shocks who are in their 3. His ult not working on people when he hits them in the back sometimes. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering where those are. Because even just in that one arena match I played, there was multiple times where like I basic attacked or used an ability, and I just couldn't use my passive. It happens a lot. Ah, yes, finally. Good. So we can finally build Spirit Road, boys. Woo! Yeah, not quite as many bug fixes as I want, especially God-specific bug fixes. All right, I mean that's definitely a bunch of bug fixes. Yeah, definitely a bunch of bug fixes. Not as many bug fixes to Mord as I wanted, but you know it's okay. But yeah, my main takeaways here. I'm a little disappointed that I feel like Fatalis is just gonna make hunters like unbeatable in this game if they just leave it in the game as it is. Like, it feels like a lot of things are going to get nerfed and changed around when all they need to do is get rid of Fatalis, or just like not have ranged characters be allowed to buy it. That's how I feel about it, because I think that item's just yeah, and some of the buffs and nerfs are really really strange too. I mean I think this was a good box nerf. That's fair. Yeah, they didn't touch Jingwei's like raw damage, because the raw damage on her 2 is a big problem, but they didn't touch that. They just like gave it a longer cooldown when you can stack it. Like the whole point of it in Smite 2 is that you can stack her 2 now. So, well, you know what I mean by stack, right? I don't mean like stack on top. And then like nerfing Mordred is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why they're doing that. They didn't nerf Chalk either, who is the de facto best soul laner. And then like I think the Susanna nerfs are pretty good. And this is just dumb. Like, bro, if you use your mage ultimate to turn into somebody else you could burn the fire giant, it's a strat. Like, it shouldn't be illegal, you know? I mean, 80%, like, you could still do it. It's just kind of, like, it's kind of lame to take that away, because Morgan's not great anyways right now. Like, she's not a good character. Like, you take a risk by picking her, because you want to combo her with someone else. I don't know why they buffed Soul. I don't know why they buffed Neath. On her buff was just, you know, it really just, I mean, I get it, but it was not necessary. There's just a lot of strange changes here I don't really get, to be honest. I mean, I get most of them, but yeah, there's just some weird stuff here and there. And then I don't like the, I love the raw critical strike damage nerf. I think that's a good place to start. I like the stacking item nerfs, but I don't like nerfing the heavy percent pen items and then buffing a lot of already decent protection items. And Spirit Robe's getting buffed too, don't forget. Well, getting fixed so that it works as well. So, a little worried. I'm a little worried the game might get a little too tanky down here. Because people might just build tanks. People might just keep picking like tanks and stuff and doing a million billion damage and being tanky because like maybe hunters still won't be able to be dealt with as easily. I mean, there's gonna be less lifesteal, so that's a plus. But I think Musashi's plus Fatalis is still gonna be like a crazy combo. So I'm really worried about that. But I mean, they're adding like the roll queue stuff, like the roll preferences stuff. Very excited about that. That'll be cool. I get to play Amaterasu. Well, maybe probably not in ranked, right? But we'll get to play Amaterasu. Woohoo! So that's cool. So overall, this is definitely a positive patch. I'm really not. The item balance is like neither here nor there. I think it's fine. I think they hit what they needed to. But the god balance is weird. I don't know what they're using for metrics for the god balance, but it seems off. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. All right, here, wards and sentry. Yeah, so they actually took my suggestion. Because I only verbalized this. Well, I think I verbalized it once that I'd be okay with 120 seconds. But I also verbalized yesterday that 120 seconds seems like a good in between. I'm okay with nerfing wards, especially with no Bull Demon King in the game. Yeah, I'm fine with 120 seconds. 180 is a bit of a too big of a leap up. So I'd rather just like, bro, we're in alpha anyway, so we might as well just like do little dribs and drabs, right, to make sure we get the right balance. Like, there's no rush at this point. So yeah, decrease the damage scaling. I'm glad to see the number 0, thank God. So yeah, they're nerfing this again. This was nerfed and they're nerfing it further, which I think is really important because this feels really unfair. Because yeah, obviously Bach is flop and then just basic attack and it's like, and then ult and it's like so much burst. So I'm happy to see it get nerfed a little bit more. And then yeah, they nerfed flop again, which also got nerfed earlier as well. So they're nerfing it even more. That's a good idea. And Susano nerf even more. I think this is pretty important as well, touching his base damage. That's definitely better than touching the strength scaling, because like Transcendence was getting nerfed anyways in the patch. So yeah, I always found it kind of weird that they only touched his scaling. Oh, always, as if it's been a long time. But yeah, it was weird that they touched his scaling when they're nerfing the highest like scaling items. But then they're nerfing Soul. Which is good, because they buffed her in the patch, which was just mega weird. But yeah, unstable manifestation nets are passive. Decreased strength per stack, nice. Okay, good. So yeah, this helps her nerf her crit build a little bit. That's good. And Stellar Burst is her 2, right? Yeah. So they're nerfing that, really? I mean, you go the crit build. Well, maybe they're doing this preemptively, thinking like people might go over to the intelligence sort of build with Soul. I doubt it'd be good, but you never know. Okay. Jingwei. Decreased charges per rank. Good idea. Yeah, definitely a good idea. Yeah, I felt like he got to the 3 charges a little bit too quickly. And just, having 3 charges in general, I think, is maybe a bit of a mistake. Because, like, because it feels like now that we have, like, the 3 charges, she might get like overbalanced like she was in SMITE 1, to where the character only functions like in the late game. And like she can only function in the early game if she has tons of setup and she's just there like basic attacking. So they might lame out the character by having this whole charge system on her too. Yeah, that's just my view on it. But they did also nerf the cooldown of this ability, so I mean this is gonna hit her early game aggression really, really hard. So Soul might be officially better than her. But her Jingwei ult is still insane, so we'll see. Mordred buff. I'm happy to see this. Wrath of the Forsaken Reaver. Yeah, I don't know why they nerfed Mordred. Like, they didn't even nerf Odin or Chalk, who are better than him, like, factually. So super weird to nerf this character. I'm glad they reverted that. And like I said yesterday, he needs his ult. I mean, bro, this character doesn't function without his ultimate, and his energy gets reset when he dies, so yeah, he kind of needs this, okay? Crucial Strikes. Oh, this is, I almost said his Q. I'm such a League of Legends player. Increase the slam damage? Oh, okay. Okay, I like that. I think his slam damage is pretty good as it is, but okay, happy to see it. And, yeah, a protection scale increase is really, really good because so many protection items got buffed in this patch. That's great. Crusher Revert. I agree with this, but I also hate Loki. So yeah, kind of like a 50-50 on that one. Leviathan's high, decreases strength debuff on the passive. Aw, they're already nerfing this? I like this one. I like this item, but yeah, I mean, I didn't play the PTS, so. Bloodbound book, yeah, I don't know why they made it 2800. That was weird, but luckily, yeah, at 2550, the item's good, so. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with a lot of these changes. I'm glad they nerfed Soul. Tried to keep Susanoo in check. I mean, the thing is, the Crusher nerf only affected the Loki, because not many people are buying it. It really only affects the Loki proc build, which is ass to play against. So like they kind of just kept that build the same pretty much. But obviously you don't scale Transcendence anymore, so that's nice and all. But yeah, I feel like this was just unnecessary. They could have just left that item where it was. But yeah, super. Yeah, I'm happy with pretty much everything here. Super happy with this. This is nice, but I think it was already a pretty good thing about him. The slam does a lot of damage, so this was definitely necessary. No idea what they nerfed it in the first place. This might. I think Jingwei's still going to be really, really good, but I think we're going down a road where she's going to be slowed down so much that she kind of becomes a really boring character, which is lame. This is a really good idea. I'm happy with that for sure. Her passive is definitely the main like issue with the character. It just makes her basic attacks do way too much damage in the late game, and obviously comboing with Musashi's in year 3, and you're just kiting everybody. Good idea to touch his base damage because, as you guys saw, I wet the bed the other day getting invaded by Susanoo at like level 1 and 2, and like it just his base damage was whacking me so hard I couldn't, even though I Sundering Arced my own blue, I still couldn't. Yeah, and he leashed my blue. I Sundering Arced it and him, and he still won. So yeah, Susanoo. Yeah, more nerfs needed. And Bacchus as well, just the raw damage. We're very happy to see him getting nerfed again. And more, slightly more substantial nerf than what he was getting before. And I'm happy to see wards are still back, but they're trying something a little bit different. I mean, 180 to 120 is like not the biggest deal in the world or anything, but yeah. Happy to see wards are still back. All right. That's the official end of the patch notes now. Smiley face.